It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I just had a chance to watch the Jack Catterall Jorge Linares fight, and I know there were people that were asking me about what my thoughts were on that fight. So here they are. You know, I've seen a lot of criticism from Jack Catterall because the reality is he fought Jorge Linares, who hasn't been, you know, on a winning streak, so to speak. You know, Linares has been losing a whole string of fights out there in Russia. You know, he's been stopped. We know that for all the talent Linares has and for all the accomplishments he's achieved in his career, we know that Linares at the world level probably has one of the worst chins of the last 10 to 15 years. Right up there with Amir Khan. Him and Amir Khan are neck and neck for having the worst chins in boxing. So a skilled fighter, yes, but a fighter that's seen better days and a fighter that honestly, was made to order for Jack Catterall to stop and knock out or have a virtuoso type of performance against. And he didn't knock him out. He outpointed him in a really, I thought it was an entertaining fight. I liked the fight. I thought Catterall tried. I thought Catterall did a good job of letting his hands go. I thought his distance control was very nice. I thought defensively he was sound. I think he varied his punches from head to body very well. I can't get mad at a fighter if they're letting their hands go and they hurt a guy and they just don't get him out of there. It's when they fight inferior competition and they willingly choose to not throw their hands. That's where I get frustrated. So this wasn't like Richardson Hitchens versus, Jose Zepeda or something like that. Or, sometimes we see, Shakur Stevenson or even a Caleb Plant fight inferior competition and they don't stop him. This was actually a guy who I thought was trying to stop Linares and he just couldn't. But nonetheless, it was a good exhibition of the sweet science of boxing and a good quality win on the resume of Jack Catterall. Now, obviously, the fight that he wants is the Josh Taylor rematch, which, Josh Taylor had a field day with Jack Catterall, and Catterall called him out after the fight. I still think the fight should happen, whether it be at 140, 147. It should happen. I didn't see anything in the fight from Catterall that made me believe that he would have a great chance to beat Josh Taylor, because I thought he beat him the first fight, and I would give him an even greater chance to beat him in the second fight, right? So you look at Catterall, you look at his career, he's still trying to get those legacy fights because he had to wait a long time to even get the shot at Taylor. He took step aside money so Taylor could fight Jose Ramirez. Then he fought Taylor, got screwed. And then Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they really put Catterall in a no-win situation because, all respect to Linares, great fighter. He's announced retirement from boxing. I'll get to him in a second. But Linares was on a 3-fight losing streak coming into the fight. He hadn't won a fight in over 3 years. He had lost to Devin Haney, been knocked out by Zaru Abdullayev. So, he wasn't in the best of form despite the name value and the name recognition that he brought to the fight. It was a no-lose situation because if Catterall knocks out Linares already been knocked out 6 times. So it don't really show you much about what he could do. In fact, might actually be even a little bit better that he outboxed him, because not a lot of guys have outboxed Jorge Linares, and even fewer have outboxed him and looked as good as he did. Truth be told, I thought Jack Catterall actually looked better in his performance against Linares than Devin Haney did when he fought Linares, because Linares had Devin Haney doing the stanky leg, doing the Macarena, had him hurt. There were really never any signs of Catterall being hurt in the fight, so I would actually class his performance against Linares higher than Devin. But that's just me, right? As far as Catterall, what is next for him realistically? Look, I know Josh Taylor's a fight that he wants. I don't think Josh Taylor's going to fight him because I think Josh Taylor's going to be at welterweight. And I think Josh Taylor will probably do his best to secure a fight with Giovanni Santillon at 47. That could be a fight. Santillon just beat Alexis Rocha last night in a really memorable performance. That's the route I think he's going to go. Conor Benn, Giovanni Santillon, something at welterweight, right? But I wouldn't rule out Catterall, right? I think Jack can stay at 40 because I think Jack can make a lot of noise at 140. And the fight I'm looking at that I think is the most realistic, it makes the most sense, is a fight between him and fellow Matchroom fighter and fellow 140-pound contender, Richardson Hitchens. Richardson Hitchens has been running his mouth since the Zepeda fight because he's upset that people thought he was boring. And he was. And I know that fight with Hitchens and Catterall on paper at least, it probably wouldn't be the most exciting fight in the world. Hitchens is a long range fighter with a world class jab, who doesn't throw combinations, who throws single shots. You know, Catterall is a guy who's got great distance control out that southpaw stance, but you know, great defensively, and you know, he does let his hands go. So I thought maybe if Catterall's slick enough and he's a southpaw, I think he's skilled enough to get past that lead hand of Hitchens. And Hitchens might have to throw combinations. So I like that fight. It makes sense when you look at the rankings, because if you look at the WBO rankings, Catterall is ranked 5, Hitchens is ranked 4. If you look at the IBF rankings, Hitchens is ranked 5, Catterall is ranked 7. If you look at the WBA, Catterall is ranked 7, and Hitchens isn't ranked at all there. And then Hitchens, is he ranked in WBC? All I'm trying to say is they're ranked near each other in a lot of the governing bodies. So same promoter, they're ranked near each other. They both have a hard time getting fights. You know, some people will say both of them are boring and have no knockout power. Why not fight each other? It makes a lot of sense. And the winner would actually get close to a world title shot. But I like that fight because I still view Jack as an undefeated fighter. Hitchens is an undefeated fighter. They're both two of the better fighters, you know, of the contenders at 140. So it makes a lot of sense in my view to make that fight happen next. But nonetheless, you know, I want to take this time to give a shout out to Jorge Linares. You know, Linares after the fight did announce his retirement from boxing. And listen, he didn't perform bad in the fight. I thought for where he's at in his career now, I thought he performed very well. He let his hands go. He was able to still land some combinations on a very hard guy to land combinations on in Jack Catterall. And he did his best with what he had left in the tank, and I can't fault him for that. I can't fault a fighter who goes out there and tries their best, and I think he did that. And as far as Linares, I'm gonna remember him as despite all the times he got knocked out, sometimes he got knocked out in fights he was supposed to win as the favorite. But look, the guy is a true warrior of the sport. He fought so many great fighters, from Lomachenko to Devin Haney to Jack Catterall to Luke Campbell to Kevin Mitchell to Mercitio Hesta to Anthony Crawler. I mean, he's one of the true warriors of his era, and the dude fought in 9 countries. That's the most impressive thing to me about Linares, is the fact that, you know, you look at you know, guys saying they're a world champion. This guy was really a world champion. I mean, I can't name another fighter in boxing who fought in 9 countries. He fought in Japan, he fought in Venezuela, he fought in South Korea, Mexico, Argentina, Panama, the USA, the UK, and Russia. Okay, 9 countries he fought in. Very impressive stuff. 3-division champion. There were some guys in his career that didn't want to fight him. I remember being here before the Lomachenko fight was made. I know that there were some discussions between Golden Boy, you know, about making a Mikey Garcia-Jorge Linares fight happen. Mikey Garcia didn't want no smoke. Mikey Garcia went and did something else. I think he went and fought Lipinets, if I'm not mistaken, which, you know, good little fight. But at the time, Linares versus Mikey Garcia back in 2018 would have been the much better fight to make. And Mikey didn't want no smoke with Jorge Linares. So it's unfortunate that fight never happened, because I thought Linares would have had a great chance in that fight. But nonetheless, did he get knocked out plenty of times? Yes. But this is a guy that I think when he grows old and he reflects back on his boxing career, Jorge Linares is not going to have any regrets. He fought around the world. He multiple division champion, been in great fights, and you know, when you pick up the gloves, you envision having a career like Jorge Linares. Even if, you know, he wasn't undefeated or anything like that, you envision having his career, because no matter who you are in boxing, you have to put respect on his career for the way he fought, for who he fought, for what he achieved, and he definitely is the, you know, put on for the Venezuelans in boxing. So much tip of the cap to Jorge Linares. Thank you for your service, and thank you for one last great fight with Jack Catterall. And as far as Jack Catterall, I think people are being a little too harsh. He had Linares hurt in the 6th round. He performed very well. He performed a lot better than some of your favorite fighters did against him, like Devin Haney. So put some respect on Jack Catterall. He's one of the better fighters at 140. And I think the fight to make next for him is Richard Hitchens. So I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What did you make of Jack Catterall's performance against Jorge Linares? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just kidding, Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.